Debonair. Okay.
What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. And the video ain't even starts yet. All of ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. Live on Fox 11 LA. New Tory Lanez evidence. Kelsey's bodyguard comes forward and confirms that Kelsey was the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion. He chose not to say anything because he wanted to protect her up until recently. Now, if this is true, do y'all think that the bodyguard should be arrested for withholding evidence with accessory? And the reason why I say this is because if I remember correctly, when the trial was going on, they refused to allow the bodyguard on the stand. There was four people, y'all. Four people was in the car. Tory Lanez, Kelsey, Megan Thee Stallion, and the bodyguard. I said this is day one. All four of their ass should have been on the stand. All four of their ass should have had DNA testing, fingerprint testing. But if I'm not mistaken, they only ran Tory Lane's fingerprint. They only took Tory Lane's DNA, which came back inconclusive, which means what? It wasn't him. But I've been saying this since the jump. Ever since Megan Thee Stallion got her ass up on what's her name? Gayle King's show. On that interview, when Gayle King asked her a straightforward question, Megan dumbass get the giggling. Megan got the gig. Gayle King said, "Yo, did you have I'm paraphrasing. She said, "Yo, did you have a sexual relation of any kind with Tory Lanez?" Megan got the giggling and laughing. Nah, never. We ain't never did nothing. We ain't never did that. It was only friends. It was only friends. Y'all know women be lying about who they let sleep with them. Y'all know this is the reason why I've been telling y'all boys since a jump. I don't ever ask. There's multiple questions that you should never ask a woman, but one of them, well, two of them, should never be, fellas. You should never ask a woman when was the last time you were sexually intimate, and you should never ask a woman. Technically, three questions, but you should never ask a woman when was the last time she was sexually intimate. You should never ask a woman how many body counts she had. You should never ask a woman if she had a train, if she ever had a train ran on her. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to like the answers to two, if not all three of them goddamn answers, if she tells you truth. And you know she's not going to. You know she's not going to. But let's get into it, y'all, because again, like I said, if this is true, he's been sentenced to 10 years in jail for nothing.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting.
Real quick, y'all. Again, I keep saying the same thing. I keep saying the same thing. You To add salt to the injury, y'all, depending on when I drop this video, by this time, y'all should have heard that Tory Lanez was stabbed, I think, like 10, 12, or 14 times, some craziness like that, by some allegedly some Mexican gang member. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, Tory Lanez survived. Thank God. I don't know how, but for what I was reading in the article, they were saying that he had two collapsed lungs and all this craziness. All of this over nothing. All of this over a lie. Megan Thee Stallion lied on Tory Lanez. I'm trying to understand how they took anything Megan Thee Stallion said credible after it was proven that in court that she had been sleeping for Tory for apparently for 4, 5, damn near 6 months. Make it make sense. She got on Gayle King and lied her ass off during that interview. But everybody ignores that. These women lying, women telling these false ass allegations, and nothing happens to them as a result needs to stop. I would imagine after this, within the next couple, I'm telling you, this is about to go viral. Within the next few weeks, if not the next couple months, I would imagine Tory Lanez is going to be released. I would imagine, mark my words, I would imagine he's going to be released.
This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
I said this day one. I said this day one, and I was following that trial for a minute. I didn't watch 100% of the damn trial, but I had been following that trial for a while. Oh, somebody sending me more DMs about some other videos I got to do. I've been following that trial for a minute, and I sat there thinking to myself when they was going over this, they was going over that, blah blah blah, blah, bringing in evidence, the DNA. I said, hold on. They only took Tory's DNA for the gun. They only ran his fingerprints on the gun. There was 4 people in the car, or 3 people and then 1 person outside the car. But there was 4 people in the vicinity of the car. Common sense would have told me, I'm doing a DNA test on a goddamn victim, allegedly Megan Thee Stallion. I'm doing a DNA test on a victim because hell, maybe she shot her own self in the damn foot. We don't know. What we do know is what? Megan Thee Stallion lied and was caught lying on Gayle King's interview. But the women didn't hold her accountable on that. The women skipped past that. I asked the question. I said, yo, why she lied about sleeping with Tory? Because allegedly she was in a relationship. Allegedly, Kelsey, who was supposed to be her best friend, was dating Tory or was dating and or messing with Tory in some form or fashion. And Megan Thee Stallion was sleeping with Tory behind everybody's back, which prompted Tory to say, if I remember correctly, Tory made a post on Instagram saying, yo, listen, pause, when you got a good D, it's going to have 2 girls fighting over it. He said that. That was the biggest clue of the case. I'm over here looking like, oh, damn, he was smashing Megan and Kelsey. Oh, okay, now I get it. Now I understand why they was fighting. Now I get it. Witnesses outside the club was saying, yo, we saw two chicks fighting. That wasn't taken into consideration during the trial. Black men, we are the most hated, especially when it comes to our own women, but we are the most hated, period. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you say. If you say and or do something that others don't like, let alone our women, black women don't like, we are immediately casted out. We are shunned. You can't sit with her. You can't da da da. Was he wrong for sleeping with two women? Two best friends, I guess. I mean, you can argue that. You can argue that. Was it illegal? No. So what are we really talking about here? Feelings versus legalities? You got your feelings hurt. You found out that your supposed man was sleeping with your best friend. Y'all get to fighting. That's illegal. Guns get brandished. That's illegal. Shots get fired. That's illegal. But damn, Tory was sleeping with Megan and Kelsey. Is that illegal? I would imagine Tory is going to be free, man. But again, like I've been said, I don't have faith in the justice system. I just don't. I've seen dudes get sent to jail. I've seen dudes been put into damn prison when a video footage showed that he was innocent the whole goddamn time. They don't give a damn. Don't let you be a man of color. Oh Lord. Y'all gonna learn, man. I want you to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, be safe for